Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's Saturday, March the 24th. And I'm still using the loaner phone, so don't be surprised if I get cut off again. If I do, I'll just make a second video. But today we're going to talk about my brother. His name is Malcolm. And I think if y'all have been watching my videos, you know that he was the firstborn, and he's 12 years older than me. And because of the age difference, we were never close at all. And he he was a very good looking man and very intelligent. I mean, he has a photographic memory. There's nothing about his life and about when we were growing up and everything that he does not remember. And he will tell anybody that will stop long enough to listen to him. But he married this woman named Charlotte, and they were married, I guess, almost 60 years. She was 16 when he married her, and he was probably about 18. But this is a picture. You can't really see this picture, but when he was about 17, that's him right there. He joined the Air Force, and he's in his uniform there. And that's little Glenda Merle. I was about 5. Anyway, he joined the Air Force, and when he was discharged, he was stationed in Kansas City, Missouri, and he came home late one night, and he had brought his girlfriend with him. Well, Lamar and Dort had a fit, so Lamar got the girl's phone number from her, and he called her parents, and they drove all night from Kansas City down to Lumberton. And I remember they got there in the middle of the night and picked their daughter up, and they had to drag her out of the house. I mean, she went kicking and screaming and crying. She loved Malcolm so much, and she wanted to marry him, and he loved her too. And boy, Malcolm got into so much trouble with Lamar. I remember Lamar set him in the corner of the dining room in a dining room chair. And Lamar took a butcher knife and just kept going at him like that with a butcher knife. Oh, and he cussed and cussed and cussed my brother out. He just kept acting like he was going to kill him. And I was terrified. I was just standing back screaming and biting my little fingernails. And like I said, I was only about 4 or 5 years old. But before Malcolm went into the Air Force, he had gotten into a real bad car crash. He was coming out of Lumberton one night and had turned off there on the old, I think it's called Old Purvis Cutoff Road. And well, the cops were chasing after him because he was speeding. Well, he decided he was going to outrun the cops. Well, there's a short curve there, and when he went to navigate the curve, he wrecked, and the car rolled over a few times. And you know, back then we didn't have seatbelts in the car, so Malcolm got thrown out of the car. And he got a real bad concussion and a brain injury. And he had to be sent to the State Mental Hospital, which is in Ellisville, Mississippi. I think that's where it's at. No, it's called, I'm sorry, not Ellisville. It's up by Jackson in a town called Whitfield. And if anybody ever had to go to Whitfield, then you know that they had to go to the mental hospital. So I think he was up there about 6 months. And Malcolm was Mama's baby. I mean, she loved him. And I think that's why Daddy was so mean to Malcolm, is because he was jealous of Mama's love for her boy. But I remember when Malcolm was in the mental hospital, he wrote a letter to Mother, and it was written in green ink. And she would open up that letter and just lay across the bed and read it and just cry and cry. But I will never forget that letter. I had never seen green ink before, so that was really surprising to me. But anyway, Malcolm worked for Halliburton most of his life out in the oil fields, and he breathed a lot of the chemicals. And because of that, his lungs were just totally destroyed, and he ended up getting COPD. And over the years, he did smoke for probably 30 or 40 years. He quit probably about 10 years ago, but by then it was too late. And so he's been on oxygen. And his wife that he was married to for almost 60 years, Charlotte, she died in November. And of course, he's just been lost without her. And his health just continued to deteriorate, and he went into rehab. And then his 100 days were up. I think it was Wednesday. So his daughter Tammy went and got him, and they had made arrangements for him to go to the VA hospital in Collins, Mississippi. So he went there on, it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday. Well, while he was there, they didn't do anything for him. Um, Tammy said the nurse, the doctor, nobody ever came into his room, and he didn't have the oxygen that he needed. So he just, became unconscious. So Tammy called the hospice, Asbury House Hospice in Hattiesburg, and they came and got Malcolm and took him into hospice. And I believe this was Thursday. And I got a call from my sister Bobby yesterday saying that, Malcolm had taken a turn for the worst. And then she called me back at about 3 o'clock today and said that he died. So I just wanted to let y'all know. I'm going to be leaving tomorrow out of JFK to fly into New Orleans. And I'm going to be in Lumberton for a week. But I'll try to keep you updated. And I just want to thank you. And y'all just take care. I know this is a sad video, and I apologize for it, but that's life. It's just part of life. We come here and live and